is this called? Hey everyone, it's Michelle, and today we're going through some June favorites and fails. I've got a lot of stuff to go through, but it shouldn't take so long. So obviously, if you follow me on Instagram, you see my stories. I usually do like live unboxings there because I can't just post a haul video every time I get stuff because I have a shopping addiction problem that I've mentioned before and I order a lot. So I typically do put everything on there at least, and then some of the stuff does make it onto my channel right away. I obviously can't include everything that I've hauled in the month of June because I only have one face and I can't possibly try out and give everything a good enough test, if you will, to give it a positive or negative review. I like to thoroughly go through things before I can say yay or nay. So let's just jump into the items that I've given a fair shot to, at least, and I'll tell you if they were a hit with me or if they were trash to me. Let's go. All right, let's start with the Becca BFFs. This is the Chloe and Malika collection. This one is Chloe. Yeah, Made with Love by Chloe. I love this thing. It's got a highlighter, a bronzer, and 2 blushes. Everything in here is super glowy. Now, while I do normally like a more bang-in highlighter, this one is just super natural and beautiful on the face, and even though it is a gold tone, it's not too deep for my fair complexion. I'll just swatch all the shades real quick. The blushes remind me of like the Hourglass blushes. Like they're trying to be that at least, and they're really nice. Bronzer swatch is kind of sad, but you get the idea. They're all very nice for a light skin tone. And then Malika did have the Made with Love by Malika, which was supposed to be more suited for deeper skin tones. So I've really been loving this palette and I've been wearing it a ton this month. I know it didn't launch in June, but that's when it went on sale for half price, so that's when I got it. Either way, I would have paid full price for it, but I knew it would go on sale eventually, so I waited patiently, and then I scooped it up. I think this is still half off on Sephora's website, actually, so check it out there if you want it. This is another face palette. This is the Tartist. It reminds, I just want to say Fartiest. This is the Tartist 3 Pro Glow. No, the fuck is this thing called? Tartist Pro Glow 3. It has 2 blushes, 2 highlighters, 2 bronzers. I'm not going to swatch them all, honestly, because I'm probably just going to sell this. It wasn't for me. It came in my Boxy Luxe this month. I think the blush tones are too similar. They're both very pink, and they're almost the same shade, so it doesn't make sense to me. Only one of the highlighters I can use on my skin tone. Same thing with the bronzers. I can only make one of them work for me, so this palette just doesn't make sense to keep for me, so I'm going to pass it on. Speaking of Boxy Luxe, this gloss was the best thing to come out of that Boxy Luxe, and it wasn't even the most expensive thing in the box. This is the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade Gloss. I think this is the shade Strawberry Lemonade. It smells so good. It smells like vanilla lip smackers. Takes me back, man. It looks super pink in the tube, but it's really not. It's like just a light wash of pink. It's not hot pink at all. It's so nice, and it's not sticky. It just leaves your lips feeling nice, and it gives you that like juicy look without feeling like that. You know what I mean? This is a definite favorite for June. I've been wearing it over like everything. All right, we've got the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette coming in at a whopping $65. This thing's great. I've really been enjoying this palette. The mattes blend themselves essentially. It's really expensive, so it's hard for me to say if it's worth the price or not, but it is a hit to me. I do like it for the price. I'm happy with it. The shimmers could be a little better, but I'm not mad at them, and they can be built up to where I like them, but the mattes really are the star of this palette. They're so good. Definitely a hit for me. Juvia's Place I Am Magic Foundation. I got the shade Isla 730. It was the second lightest shade. And if you saw my video on this where I did a first impression, it looked like I was putting a mask on. I knew it would be full coverage, I knew it would be matte, but it was seriously yellow and it looked like a mask. I've tried to wear it a few more times since then. It's just not comfortable for me. And let me say that I bought this before all the drama kicked off because there's been a lot of drama about this baby. Juvia's Place is a brand I do enjoy supporting. It's a Black-owned business. I think that is lacking in the beauty community in general. I think there's not enough Black representation, so I'm all for putting my money to supporting Black-owned businesses. Now, I don't want to speak about the drama because Obviously, I'm not a person of color, and I feel like I don't have the right to say anything about it. I know it's very heated on both sides, so this is totally just taking the drama out of it. I appreciate that Juvia's Place tried to come out with a very sound shade range to match everyone, but unfortunately this just isn't a match for me. And even if the color did match, the formula is just too heavy for me. Now, if you have oily skin or you're someone who likes a super full coverage foundation, you're gonna love this because it's super matte and it's the most full coverage foundation I've ever tried. So it's a miss for me, but it might not be a miss for you. I don't know. This Wombo thing is the Tristique Good Vibes Mascara. The base is gigantic. Maybe there's more product in there, or maybe it's so it can fit this thing on there. I don't really know. Let's talk about the positive and the negative. Bad news first always, right? Okay, so it comes with this little lash curler. I totally get what they were trying to do. I mean, I think they're the first brand to put an eyelash curler on their actual mascara, so it's like super travel friendly. However, I'm someone who can barely use a regular lash curler, so for me, I definitely can't just curl part of my eyelashes. It's gimmicky to me. It doesn't work for me. Now, maybe if you're someone who's traveling all the time and you don't want to bring your regular lash curler, this could work for you. I don't know. However, I love the mascara inside. I think that should count for something. The wand is really nice and it makes my lashes voluminous. It's not flaky. This is a great mascara. So, I mean, I don't need the curler that they attached, but I do really enjoy this mascara. So far it's been pretty good. Like, I even took it traveling to North Carolina with me as my only mascara option just to test it out further, and it was great. It held up in the heat, it held out outdoors. Awesome mascara. One of my favorite things of the month. These are the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Liners. I bought all of the colors that they had. I'd really like them to come out with like an orange and a pink. Honestly, just do every color, guys. These are the shit. They're super creamy. They last all day in the waterline, and they're so pigmented. The green one, which is shade Gotcha, this is my least favorite just because it seemed like it took a little more to be built up, but it still isn't bad. The rest of these, holy cow, they're amazing. I have the blue one on in my waterline right now, but these are great. I've really been enjoying them this month, and I'm gonna keep rocking them because they're awesome. And I think they're $4 a piece, so go to Ulta.com and get you some. This fucking thing. This is the Huda Beauty Neon Green Palette. This palette is so bad. Alright, so while looking at this online, I didn't put anything together. First of all, there's not a deeper matte to help you deepen the outer corner, which you don't have to have, but really with all these other colors, you kind of need it. This shade looks like it'd be super interesting, but it's actually kind of dull when you apply it on the eyes. And these shimmers, they should have had like, I don't know, some more green shimmers because it's the neon green palette. Anyway, anytime I tried to use it, it was just muddy. It just didn't look good. The shimmers that are in this are so thin and like not opaque. This palette is trash to me. If you guys have been watching me, you know I'm not someone who returns makeup. I don't return makeup, but I am going to return this one, and I will tell you why now. So I got the Dominique Cosmetics Rustic Glam palette. This has been a definite hit. This palette is beautiful, but I have to be careful with it because mine, if you saw my unboxing, came with the shade Gypsy Broken, and instead of returning it for a new one where this one would go to a landfill, I'm going to keep my broken shade, suck it up, and so I can justify returning this one to go to a landfill. It's good justification, right? Keep the broken palette, get rid of the shitty one, and just carefully use my broken palette. Or try to repress it, I don't know, but at least it gives me less guilt about returning this bad one if I keep the broken one. Anyway, I have used every shade in this palette, and it is gorgeous. This green shade, Cactus, oh my god, heaven, heaven. It's just a solid palette. I'm really happy with it. I can't wait to play with it some more. Definite hit. I would recommend any of Dominique Cosmetics palettes. Lemonade's my least favorite, but it's still good. The shimmers just take some work, but great mattes. Her matte formula is like unmatched, especially for the price. Totally recommend this one. I know I just got this and I've only been able to use it for like the last couple of days, but I have used every shade in this palette now. I'm wearing the blues today because those were like the last things I needed to test, and they went on nice. Out of the 24 shades, the only one I've had a problem with is Delicious. So that's pretty good. And it's not a bad shade, it's just, It's not as pigmented as I would like. It can kind of get patchy on me the 2 times I've used it, but everything else in this palette, oh my gosh. These mattes blend themselves. The shimmers are so freaking pigmented. Like, holy crap. This palette is just so solid. And I wasn't gonna get it because really the price was deterring me. $58. That, and when I was looking at all these colors, I was like, I don't even know what I would do with that. There were just too many color combinations. I was like, I don't know what I'd put with what, but then seeing it in person, I had so many ideas in my head of what I wanted to do. You can create so many different looks with this. I am in love. This palette is fantastic. So happy with this one. So glad I got it. You guys knew it was coming. You guys knew it was coming. My Jaclyn Hill lipsticks. Let's talk. I kept my original review up where I try these out because I stand by my review and what I thought about them. There were no gross hairs, weird lumps, nothing odd with my lipsticks. The formula was the creamiest lipstick I'd ever used, and the 3 shades I got, absolute perfection. They were all beautiful on me. This shade, Nude AF, oh my gosh. And then all the shit went down. And I was like, all right, I gotta stop using these because even if mine look perfect, what if they're not perfect? And then I was waiting for something to come out that says, okay, you definitely can't use these, they're contaminated, or waiting for proof that they were totally fine to use and only like, you know, there was a certain batch code that got messed up even though we all had the same batch code, whatever. That's what I was waiting on. I swatched them all, comparing them to like every shade of lipstick I owned. I did it on my Instagram stories. And I was just swatching them on my arms because I knew I couldn't put them on my lips anymore, just in case, God forbid. I was most desperate to find a match to Nude AF. I've never had something so light that didn't look like concealer, but also didn't lean too brown. It's the perfect neutral. And as I was swatching it on my arm, I don't have a great camera, it's just my phone. I don't know if you can see, probably not, but there started, like it started grooving. It started making indentions, and then I saw little small somethings in there that were like sharp on my skin. And I was pissed. Needless to say, I still haven't found exact dupes. I just got some Colourpop lippies in yesterday. The shade Butter is like a pretty good dupe for a shade in between Nude AF and Amazeballs. It's not quite either one. It's like in the middle, and it's beautiful. I'm wearing Appy right now. Sorry, I digress. I've been trying to find dupes and I can't, and I'm just annoyed about the whole situation. These were really a hit at first, and now they're the biggest miss that could miss. Just like Jaclyn Hill is missing. All right, you guys, that was it for my June favorites and fails. Have you tried any of these products? Are they your favorites? Are you loving them? Are you hating them? I'd love to know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys later. I love you. Bye.